Good morning. Thanks for tuning in here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado, just a little bit north of Denver. My name is Michaela. What I'm going to run through for you guys this morning is a brand new 2024 Cimarron 3-horse bumper pull. This is their Norstar, which is their horse trailer slant load package, and it is their RTG, which means ready to go. The fully loaded front tack that we've seen on all of our runaround trailers. I know lately I've been looking through a lot of LQs with you guys, looking at those bigger living quarters. This one here, we're just going the opposite direction for someone who needs a small runaround just to get to the vet, to get to the farrier, to get to the horse shows, to get to the trailheads. Maybe someone that wants to run one of these behind a toter home to get to the rodeos or the horse shows that way. Just a really great optioned out trailer. So before we get to it, we're going to go ahead and pull up that drawing, look at some of those measurements together. This one is going to be your standard size. We're looking at 6'10" wide, 7'1" tall, your standard 3-foot nose or your 3-foot tongue on this one. That can be built oversized if we're looking at hauling behind a toter home. And then that 18-foot 9" on the floor. So a little bit longer than what we see on our gooseneck 3-horse slant loads. We are getting quite a bit of options in this one. That front tack being 4'5" is just a huge front tack that you're going to see on this, especially compared to some different manufacturers or other trailers we have here on the lot. This front tack is ready to use, ready to fill up, ready to go the horse shows, ready to go trail riding out of. RTG front tack, all of your options right here swing out to you. Your giant oversized 42-inch door, really popular feature. We get lots of great feedback on that. Number one, just being all of this space that you get to still use to get into your trailer. Even when your saddles are swung out, you throw your saddles on here, they're going to stick out a little bit further. You still have plenty of room to climb it in and out of this trailer. You guys can see right here, you can still walk in without having to turn sideways and get in and out. Very usable, versatile trailer. On your door, we still have our sliding bus window here. Gets you a little bit of ventilation through that front tack area. And then our brush trays. The Cimarron brush tray size is a really great usable size, very deep, very wide, and then they have those 2 dividers in there, so you get 3 different compartments out of that. You guys can see they have those drain holes down in there as well. So if you pull a Michaela, accidentally leave your fly spray in your brush tray all winter long, and then this spring it decides to thaw out, cracks your plastic spray bottle, it's going to leak out of there. Really easy to clean those. Just spray it out, rinse it out, let it dry, throw all your stuff back in there. And then don't forget to take it out this winter. And then the swing out saddle rack right here. You got your saddle racks and your saddle pads on this bar. So we opted for a little bit different setup on this one here, having it all swing out to you right here. These saddle racks are my favorite. Lots of great feedback on these as well from customers too that trade in different manufacturers, and they have always complained that their saddles just constantly fall off their saddle racks. They get into one of these Cimarrons and I've never heard a complaint since. The carpet is great for allowing your saddles to stick to it, and then this wither block right here that sets up into the gold of your saddle just gives it somewhere to hang on, just kind of like the withers on your horse that allow it to set on there. Just great peace of mind knowing your saddles are going to be right there where you leave them. And then your pads right here, you get those 2 pad bars up there, but there's tons of room in here, tons of spacing in here that you could throw multiple. I ride my horse in a liner and then a pad on top, so either way my bars are going to have 2 saddle pads on each one. Plenty of room to layer them up if you need to. And if you do need to adjust these, anything on this swing out bar right here is fully adjustable. So you're just going to loosen your bolts top and bottom, and then you can slide any of these pieces up and down on this post wherever you need them to fit best. So if you're working with saddle horns on your Western saddles or your English saddles, you want them closer together, squeeze another one on there. Whatever works best for you guys will work on that swing out post. And then stepping into your big space, I know we just talked, is that 4'5" front tack, so tons of space in here to use this as a dressing room as well. If you were traveling to horse shows, if you were at a trailhead and you had extra rain gear with you or something, tons of space in here to do that changing. And then you also have a clothes bar up here. So right above my head is this full-length clothes bar to hang all of those things on up there. And then down below that we do have our full-size matching spare tire located in here. We see those black spoke wheels out there. That's why I said it is matching, guys. It will look the same. Great to work this tire through that tire rotation program and get some good use out of it since it is on that matching wheel there. It's going to look the exact same. And then moving over towards our partition wall here, we do have the 2 rows of bridle hooks with the carpet behind. We do the carpet behind for a couple different reasons. It is protecting your tack on this side of the wall. So all of your bits, your Chicago screws, those conchos, your clips, all of those are going to be on this wall. Now it's protecting your tack. Now it's protecting your wall because your wall is carpeted. You're not going to get those black streaks that you see when your tack sways back and forth down the road. And then also keeps it quieter. So the horse on the other side of this wall is really going to appreciate not hearing that loud metal contact there. It's carpeted, it's dull, it's quiet. Makes their life a little bit nicer riding down the road. Some options if you are looking to do some upgrades, build your own, maybe making this a little bit bigger. Fully carpeting the partition wall was a great, very popular upgrade that people do. That way you have all of this carpeted down here as well. If you are planning on hauling a bunch of stuff and storing it in here up against this wall, that's going to eliminate the black streaks down there. If you don't need to shove that much stuff in this tack room, this is a great trailer, very well optioned right here. And then in that dead space right there, that corner, we did sneak in a 25-gallon water tank there. Your High Country Plastics fills up at the top, and then down below has that spigot. It's up on a stand. Inside that stand, you guys can see that box that's in there. It is a 10-foot hose. So your 10-foot hose will connect to that spigot there. Run it out your trailer. Now you have plenty of length to rinse off your horses after a hot trail ride, after a hot lesson. Maybe you trailer to your trainer, you take a lesson, you want to rinse them off, you can do that. You can fill water buckets, rinse off your tack. Whatever you need to do, you have 10 feet to work with there. So really nice to have water on board, especially if you are hauling out in this trailer often. And then as I step out, up above me, there is an OptiBrite LED light. So you are getting tons of visibility inside of this trailer. We will see them on the exterior as well, but there is your interior one. So again, that is your RTG, or ready to go, meaning it's packaged with anything that you could need. If you're building a trailer, you could start bare bones and kind of add what you need, or you can start with that RTG package and just build off of that, add even more, change out the flooring for that gray rubber tread flooring, add that fully carpeted partition wall. There's just lots of options, but we like to option our inventory a little bit different for everyone so that there's something for anyone and all of your needs. As we work back, we start with that OptiBrite LED up there as well, 16-inch awning light. Now you have the visibility outside your tack room and over those side rings. Below that, we have sliding bus windows on this one, so you can upgrade those to drop-down windows as well, or you can do those livestock plexiglass slats there, but this one has those sliding bus windows. They will open and give you ventilation there. 3 tie rings below those is the 3-horse slant load, so now you can tie your 3 horses on either side. And then down below that, there's those same black spoke aluminum wheels right there. These are the 5,200 pound axles, Dexter rubber torsion axles on this one, and those 5,200 pounds. So brand new tires there, and again, that matching black spoke look. I think it looks really sharp on the white. I also like it on the silver and charcoal, but especially on the white, it looks really nice. We'll go ahead and step around to our load space back here. You guys will notice our rear doors are a 60-40 setup. So when we do these standard width ones or these 6'10" wides, we will opt for the 60-40 door setup on this one. So you have your 40% door right here that you can keep closed, especially on these windy days like it has been since Sunday. If you are loading and unloading, now all you have to do is manage the one door, get the one door open, clip it back on its holdback, and now you can load your horses through this. This is plenty of space getting in and out. Also something, if you do add a collapsible rear tack, you can add that here. It always will come out to that 40% point, and then you don't have a window on that one, so there is no moisture getting into that tack space there. You could also just use it kind of as a broom closet as well, but you will have the bus window on your 60% door. And then we have our butt strap here, the Cimarron butt strap. Really nice safety feature for the horse in the last stall. I've got one horse in particular that will, as soon as you open the divider or the rear door, he will just start backing out even if he's tied in. So I got to be careful with that one, but that's a great added safety feature right there. So that if he does anticipate and tries to back out, he'll hit that strap and stay where he needs to stay. Before I climb in here, I just want to show you guys the floor. These Cimarrons are full aluminum constructions. We have a full aluminum floor on this one. If you guys were to crawl underneath this trailer, which I encourage you to do with your trailers at home that you have right now, or if you are trailer shopping, climb under there, look at how the floor is built underneath. If you look under any Cimarron, no matter what it is, all of our Cimarrons are going to be built with V-shaped trusses. So those trusses underneath, your cross members underneath are V-shaped. This adds a little bit more structure and durability there with that shape. and then you will see them placed every 4 inches. So very, very, very beefy floor. It is the strongest floor on the market. Gives me a lot of confidence loading my horses in my Cimarron at home, knowing whenever they step on this floor, they are on one of those cross members. So take a look at your trailers at home and see how those are set up. All the way up at front here, we have a stud divider on this one. We do that on our 3 horses and up. We always do 1 stud wall at the front. I've got a 4-horse gooseneck. I love my stud wall feature. I only have 2 horses right now, but I use my stud wall up front, this space, which we'll check out when we get to the head side. But having your escape door right there, and then your stud wall here is just going to really make that a great spot for storage if you are not hauling a full load in this trailer. You don't have mangers, you don't have a hay rack, you don't have a broom closet, and if you don't want to dirty up your front tack, this is a great secondary storage space for all those. I've got it filled with muck tubs, water buckets, grain buckets, hay bags, anything that they need. All my extra stuff is in there. My pitchforks, my brooms, all that good stuff will sit in there. These are padded dividers, so we did option for the padding on these ones. I think that's a really nice upgrade. Mine does not have it. That is probably something that I would upgrade on mine, would be to add this, just because when you do travel, they get bouncing back and forth between the dividers. You're driving home from the vet, they're a little bit sleepy, so they're leaning up on one of these dividers. Just nice giving them that little extra padding, make it more comfortable for them. Up on top, we have roof vents over each stall, so we've got 3 of them here. They are a 2-way roof vent, so you can go ahead and push them open forwards. I've got my first 2 opened forwards, they're pulling the air in. I've got my second 2 opened backwards, so it's drawing the air out. Makes that really good airflow circulation across my horse's back. Keeps them a little bit cooler. And then you combine that with your standard insulated roof on these Cimarrons. It's on all of our Cimarrons. It is standard, it is not an upgrade. It is a fiberglass honeycomb type material. You guys can see it very clearly here. It looks the exact same on that top side. It's that white color there. A couple things that it does great for you is on the inside, it's really keeping your horses more comfortable. I keep talking about that. Your horses are going to ride very comfortable in one of these Cimarrons. It's going to be 20 degrees warmer in the winter, 20 degrees cooler in the summer, has an R3 thermal value. And then up top, what it's doing for you guys is just adding structure, durability, and dent resistant. So we are coming into hail season here. Knock on wood, guys. Hail season is coming. These Cimarron roofs, they do not dent with that hail up to a baseball size hail. So very durable. Also, their aluminum sidewall sheets that you see, those exterior sheets are white ones on this trailer. Those are a little bit thicker than other manufacturers as well. So they are even more dent resistant than some other trailers out there. Each stall has 3 D-rings in it for your corner feeder. Very standard size. You can pick those up at any ranch supply store. And then each stall also has 2 tie rings. I like the tie rings and having those 2 options. So you can hang a hay bag or a hay net off this first one and then clip your trailer tied to that second one and tie your horse up. Again, versatility and options with these trailers. 2 opto-bright lights in this one as we step out, so you got your visibility inside. We also have an 8-inch awning LED light up there as well. So I haven't hauled my horses a bunch lately, but I did move and I was packing up my last house in the dark. I'm telling you guys, these lights make it very bright. We were able to load anything that we needed from our last house into our Cimarron at home in the dark. Lights it up like a city. So those are very nice, very helpful lights. We have another one on this side, 16-inch awning light over this side as well. If you want to tie your horses on this side, you can. You just never know where you're going to park. If you're next to someone at a show, you're up against some boulders at a trailhead, you need to tie on this side. Well, now you've got 3 tie rings over here as well. Drop down windows on the head side, you guys can see right here. This one is drop down. It will clip into place. It will suction in there, and now it will stay there so you can drive down the road with these open. If you want to drop your jail bars and check on your horses, offer them some water, throw them some hay, you can drop your jail bars right there. These are full one piece, so there's no moving parts on here. All you're doing is just finding your groove up there and just working your drop down window until it gets in that groove. Really like that those are going to last a lot longer without any moving parts. And then if you don't need that much ventilation, you still have a sliding bus window right here as well if you just need to crack it a little bit. And then that escape door that I was mentioning on your stud wall right there, Really great extra storage space for all of the things you don't want in your front tack. Also does work if you do have a horse that likes to kick. They can ride up there in that stall and not injure any other horses. You guys will see it does have that chest bar there. So if you are hauling a horse in there, they're not gonna try and step out when you open this door. And it does have those D-rings on it as well. So you can still use a corner feeder in that stall. So working our way up to the front, we do have our tread right here. So protecting the nose of your trailer from all those rocks that are gonna kick up on those dirt roads, going up to those trailheads, going out to the ranch. You have that protected here. We can also upgrade and make this higher if you guys are looking for a little bit more. Maybe you do travel those roads frequently at higher speeds and they do kick up. If you want to upgrade and build this a little bit taller, that is something we can do. Standard 3-foot tongue right here on this one. Again, we can build that longer if we need an extension. We can build it beefier if we're hauling behind a toter home. Just a single manual crank jack right here. These can be upgraded to an electric jack as well. Your 2 5/16 ball on these guys with our safety chains. And then one thing that I really like, you have your breakaway cable here as well. But one thing that I really like what they do is right here. This is a little home, is what I call it, for your 7-pin. So I've got my 7-pin plugged into a battery right now just to demonstrate all of our lights. But when I'm done with that, I can unplug it here and it just sets right back in there. So now what that's doing for you is it's actually pointing it down so that when you do park this thing, if it snows, if it rains, if it gets moisture, you don't just have that 7-pin lost and hanging, or maybe even sitting right here, which could cause it to get buried in snow, get water in there. We don't want that. So now what this does for you is it gives it somewhere to go, hold it in place, points it down. You're not going to get any moisture in there. So again, this is a brand new Cimarron, that full aluminum construction we were talking about. Being brand new, you get some really great warranties. You're going to get an 8-year structural warranty and then 3-year hitch to bumper on everything else. Cimarron is great to work with. You can actually go to any local shop. I get a lot of people that ask me that. Well, I sell a lot to customers that don't live here, and they always ask me, well, what if I do need a warranty claim? Do I have to bring it all the way back to you guys? You don't. You can take it to any local shop. They will get connected with Cimarron. They will talk and discuss it, figure it out, and handle it for you guys. They are great to work with. If you are looking at any of the trailers on our lot, know that we can ship. Speaking of customers that don't live in state, we do have a nationwide transport company. So this one here, if you're interested, is still available. We have a stock number right here. We also have a QR code if you're walking the lot. Pull out your phone's camera, scan that, takes you to the webpage for this trailer. If you're watching online, you can use that stock number there. It's 5N240095. And if you are watching on YouTube, our video description has a link for this webpage in the description. You can click on that. You will see all the photos on this trailer. We have a drawing on there as well. If you have any more questions, you want to see that spec sheet, you want to talk about a build, you want to talk about something like this in a different color, I'd love to help you guys out. All my contact info will pop up on your screen. Again, that's Michaela Geis. My cell phone, 303-918-6367. You can call or text, guys. And then my email, Michaela.Geis@transwest.com. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Have a great weekend.